Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm making yet another closet video, and hopefully I won't move the camera too badly. And I've decided to wear a different pair of sunglasses so that it won't get boring. Okay? Still can't show my face and still can't use my real name because my parents would be some kind of mad if they watched my videos. But what I want to talk about today is a subject matter that is very hard to put into words. And it's called Neoteny. Neoteny. And what it is, the definition of it, is the ability of an animal or a person to retain juvenile characteristics into adulthood. So basically, the more evolved or advanced the animal, I don't like to use the word evolved, the more neotenous it tends to be. And what that means is that it grows into basically an older and bigger version of what it was in childhood. And women are somewhat more neotenous than men. And the reason is because we're made that way so that the children can recognize their mother. You know, it's more important for them to recognize and not be threatened by their mother than it is for them to recognize and not be threatened by their father. And so women have always been pretty much the default gender, so to speak. And I've talked about this a lot in other videos. And what happens is, it causes girls and women to seem more alike than boys and men. And it creates this illusion of men being more mature, more intelligent, and more different from the way they were as little boys than are women from the way they were as little girls. It's kind of like, girls mature a bit more rapidly, but then on the flip side, they just don't mature quite as much, in the physical way, simply because we don't produce enough testosterone to have a lot of those secondary male characteristics. And it's like that throughout the animal kingdom. You'll notice that it's the male animal that looks the most different or special or whatnot. The male has the antlers or the mane or, whatever they develop, the fancy feathers in birds and all that. And so basically, it can be a very bad thing from the perspective of a teenager, which was the original reason why I used to want to get on testosterone and live as a male. Because when you're a teenager, what you want more than anything else in the world is to be taken seriously. It's just so frustrating when no one wants to hear what you have to say, no one takes you seriously, and they want to continue to treat you like a child, which I'm still having that problem to this day. I'm freaking 36. And it's like, hello, I'm 36 years, not months. Which, no, I wasn't in diapers at that age, so don't even go there mentally. But it's just so frustrating when my parents want to treat me like a child, even though I'm twice the legal age of majority. And a lot of it, well, I think, has to do with the fact that I am a female, and we are more neotenous in many ways. We don't grow the excessive facial hair, although unfortunately I have some of it right here that I need to shave. We don't get the big deep voice, we don't get really tall like men do. And so when you're a young person, that's something you'd really like to have, is to have these secondary characteristics that make you seem more adult, more mature. But you see, I'm just so glad I've never found a way to get on testosterone, because now that I'm becoming an older person, and I'm unfortunately having some white hairs here and there, which you may not be able to see. Now that I'm in my 30s, it's like I'm glad I'm somewhat neotenous, I'm glad I get to be more like I was, say, as a child or a teen. And from my perspective, at least in my opinion, I think women age more gracefully than men. We just seem to look slightly younger than a man our same age, and especially if they have male pattern baldness, which, like I said, I mean, that would just never be something I could live with. So, yes, at one time I wanted to be a lot less neotenous. I wanted to be, masculinized so that people would take me more seriously. But now that I'm becoming an older person or approaching middle age, I'm starting to appreciate the fact that I'm more neotenous than a man, and I no longer want to masculinize my body and have male pattern baldness and, look a few years older than my real age.